Kerala Government Technical Examinations, August 2003. Shorthand English, Higher Paper, Speed, Model Question Paper. Okay, be ready. This meeting has been, as the Deputy Prime Minister remarked, a worthwhile exercise in working together for the solution of a major national problem. May I thank all the members who have taken the trouble to come and have resisted the temptations of this beautiful city to work long hours in a closed room. May I also express my deep appreciation of their cooperative approach and helpful attitude. We know what differing viewpoints are represented here, and it could not have been easy to arrive at an agreed general approach. The fact that we have been able to do so, I think, is heartening. The results of our labors are set out in the declarations of objectives. I hope these declarations will be the rallying point of all that is decent, honest, tolerant, and rational in our society. The recommendations made by the three subcommittees and adopted unanimously provide a basis for action. But there should be no ground for complacency. I think that we all realize how difficult the situation is and how long and arduous will be the journey on which we have embarked. In the world today, no country can stand still or ignore the advance of others. Modern history is not one of the dynasties but the forward progress. India must go ahead, remaining true to its civilization and yet reinterpreting that civilization in modern terms so that it can have meaning for the average man and woman of today. It is with this sense of history that we should assess the significance of this meeting of the National Integration Council. I think many cynics and skeptics have been belied. There was an earnestness about our discussions which provides the guarantee that, as in the past, so now we shall solve our problems by the applications of reason and logic and by sitting together. Politics can be ennobling in the measure it seeks to serve the people by finding the highest common denominator of public morality and decency. It can be disregarding if it is based on hatred or enmity. The solution to tensions and conflicts which relate to economic disparity and imbalances will take a long time. But if we move in that right direction and put the correct facts before our people, I have no doubt that they will understand the situation and respond. It is perfectly understandable that political leaders in the states and of different parties must respond to the needs and aspirations of the people, but it is also essential that in pleading for satisfaction of these needs and aspirations, we should keep in mind the limits placed on it by the overall growth of wealth in the country as a whole. If the aspirations of the people of a region or state are divorced from the context of India as a whole, it will be difficult for us to progress or even to remain united. Therefore, while leaders must be responsive to the voice of the people, it is also their responsibility to guide that voice in the larger national interest. India can grow only if capital, labor, and ideas have mobility, and we have the stimulus of vast common market and common opportunities for all our people. As I said earlier, our discussions have been in a spirit of cooperation and of trying to meet each other's point of view. I should like to thank you on behalf of us all for all the hospitality, the entertainment and the facilities which have been given to us by the government of Jammu Kashmir. Dear sir, before this letter reaches you, you will have heard, in all probability, on account of my shipwreck that I am here to relate. It is rather extraordinary, for I escaped not only a sinking ship but put to sea in a boat when one could hardly have supposed it could have lived 5 minutes. The storm was so great. Unlike to make the land, I got ashore, not on an island, but a bare rock which stuck up in the sea and remained 30 hours without food or water. It became calmer the second night. I once more put to sea and fortunately landed upon the island. But about 3 days' journey from the town, traveling at the rate of 8 hours a day over mountains and dreadful rocks. Could the fashionables I once associated with believe that I could have sufficient composure of mind to have given my orders as distinctly and as positively as if I had been sitting in the midst of them, and that I slept for many hours very sound on the bare rock, and was in a sweet sleep the second night, when I was awoke by the men who seemed to dread that, as it was becoming calmer and the wind changing, that we might be washed off the rock before morning, putting my faith in that God who has never quite forsaken me to all my various misfortunes. Yours faithfully.